Good afternoon. I'm back with some Rolodex cards that I have coffee dyed with the lace design. I think they just turned out gorgeous. Love how they look. So I thought I would do some decorating today. And I have some of my die cut birdhouses. I think these are so cute. So I thought I would use these because I haven't done anything with them yet. So that's what I'm going to do today. We were gone for a few days, so I haven't made anything for a while. We went up to the Black Hills in South Dakota. We saw Mount Rushmore and rode the 1880 train. And we went to Cosmos. It's one of those places where everything's like topsy-turvy and you feel like you're going to fall over and can't walk straight and all that. It's pretty goofy. So I had to look it up because, you know, it looks like water is running uphill and balls are rolling uphill, and so I had to look up to see how they make those kind of places, and they were able to explain some of it, but some of it they hadn't figured out, at least the people that I saw on the internet. I didn't look a lot, but it was pretty goofy. Felt like I was going to pass out. I didn't feel sick, but I felt like I was going to pass out. So that was really weird. And we went to an escape room. Whoops. Sorry. Didn't realize my timer was on. I mean, my alarm. The escape room was a lot of fun. I was starting to give up at the end, though. My youngest daughter's like, no, we have to finish it. We have to finish it. My oldest daughter finally figured out the last clue that we needed. It was supposed to take an hour to finish that particular escape room. It took us an hour and a half. It was the easiest room. The hardest room that this place had was supposed to take an hour and a half with that band. If we took an hour and a half for the easiest one, we'd be in there forever. With the other one, they'd have to kick us out. But it was a lot of fun. I can see why you need groups of people to do it, because one person would think of something and then the other person would kind of play off of that, and sometimes we were all stumped except for one person would figure something out, and it was a lot of fun. We did enjoy it. And then we shopped around Keystone and Hill City, and I got another teapot. Not like I need another teapot, but it was so pretty. It's like, oh. So that was my souvenir from the Black Hills. It doesn't say anything about South Dakota or the Black Hills. It's just a pretty teapot. And then we shopped at my daughter's friends' candy stores. Oh my goodness. Those places are amazing if you are ever up in the Black Hills. Oh, I think I'm going to do this one. They have Rushmore Candy Company, which is outside of Rapid City. And they have Candyland, which is at Hill City. They are the biggest candy stores I've ever seen. Rushmore Candy Company is bigger than Candyland, but Candyland is huge. Got lots of different kinds of fudge. They have unusual candies too. Some of the candies they make there, they have candy makers at each place. So they make fudge and truffles, and they have this one, almost makes me sick thinking about it. I like sugar, but it's 3 marshmallows on a stick, dipped in melted chocolate, rolled in crushed candy. It's like, ugh, that's just like sugar overload to me. My husband tried chocolate covered pickle. It doesn't even sound good to me. My daughter wanted to try the chocolate covered bacon. I told her, I said, that's something I think we could easily make at home, is chocolate covered bacon, if you want to try that. So she didn't buy any of that. But they have vintage candies that I grew up with and that I haven't seen for years. And oh my goodness, popcorn of every flavor that you can imagine. They're pretty incredible places. Never seen so much candy in one place in my life. It's doing well for them, so that's good. I think this one I'm going to have the bird outside of the cage it escaped. And we shopped around Hill City, went to can't pick it up. We went to an antique store. I got a couple things that I'll use for my junk journaling. I'll have to scan them and then shrink the one. One is a vintage postcard. The other is a vintage photo of a lady that was really pretty. There. These are so pretty, I don't want to cover too much of the design on them. So I think those two will be as like that. And let's see. These two that I'm going to do blue are going in the same book, so I'll do them opposite directions. Thought they could be tuck spots. I suppose they could be just little journaling cards too. The design is on the back also, but it's a lot lighter so that you could write on the back too. So not quite sure what I'm going to use them as. Drop that one. This one I'm going to try and put the bird on the inside. The pieces are so tiny. My fingers are getting stuck on the glue. I'm going to put some of these die cuts in my Etsy shop. Don't know if I'll get it done today or not. Maybe it'd be easier if I put the bird on the perch before I stuck it in the birdhouse. We'll see. I haven't done anything with them before, so we'll see how easy it is to do. So we had a good time on the way there, though. We hadn't gotten too far from home, about an hour or a little more, and we saw smoke, real thick smoke on the side of the road. Got up there and realized it was a bus that was on fire. A couple people went right by it, and we were kind of nervous about going right by it. I know in the movies they always show everything blowing up. I don't know how easily vehicles blow up for real, but we didn't want to take the chance, so we sat there. The fire department wasn't there or anything yet. It must have just happened. And I was going to get some water out of the back of our vehicle to give to the people from the bus. It was just a small group, and I didn't know how long they'd been standing there in the heat, but I got to the back of the vehicle and was about to get the water, and a local farmer had come and picked the people up, put them in his pickup, the back of his pickup, and took them to his house. Found out later it was a family that travels and does music. They had a little puppy, and the kids, some of them were barefoot. They must have just had to hurry up and get out of there. Found out later that the engine had caught on fire. Felt so sorry for them. So the fire department got there, and we thought, well, pretty soon we'll be able to get by, and they were not letting people through and not letting people through. And so we decided to go around. Oh my goodness. Talk about backwoods roads. These were windy, curvy, hilly, way in the backwoods. It was beautiful back there, though. Uh-oh, I forgot to put the birdie in there. So we made it around, and it's a good thing we did go around because we found out later they'd closed the highway for 3 hours. But I felt so sorry for that family. But it sounded like some local places put them up in a hotel, and local farmers helped out getting what stuff they could save from their vehicle. And so it was nice that there were people there to help. There. And put a flower down there. And last night we were doing youth group and we heard this really loud toad making this noise. We do youth group at our house, and so I told one of the teenage boys, I said, can you go out afterwards and see if that toad is stuck in our window well of the basement window? Because I surely didn't want to have to take it out. I do not like touching frogs. And a lot of times we get frogs stuck down there. So afterwards he went out there and he comes back in. No, there's no frog stuck in there, but there's a baby possum. So the girls all ran out, and one of them picked him up and she had it wrapped in her shirt and everything. So they were over here quite late last night fixing a box for the possum and getting food for it. And so then today they wanted me to call to see about this rehabilitation place that you're supposed to be able to send animals to that you find. And my daughter is not happy because when I called, they said nobody around here wants them. They're just pests. She's like, it deserves a chance to live. So I don't know, someone else told her a spot where we could maybe let it loose where it might have a better chance of surviving. Around here there's so many cats that it's amazing it had made it as long as it has. So tonight we'll probably take it out. If it's still alive in there. Aren't those pretty? I love birdhouses. Oh, I was going to put a bow up on top of that one too. So yeah, so I have a baby possum in a box in my sunroom. When I was looking it up, it says it's illegal. Oops, I should have put this on before I put the birdie up there. So it's illegal to have raise a baby possum, I guess. In most states, it says. Oh well, that bird's not going anywhere. Rats, I should have put that down first. And I'm covering up the bird's head. This is just going in my idea book, this one is, so at least if I make another one to sell or put in someone else's book, hopefully I will think of that first. Because I could, yeah, put it up higher. I don't know. Trim this one a little shorter, maybe that'll look better. Oops, didn't cut all the way through. There, looks like the bird is trying to eat the bow. Looks kind of goofy, but oh well. And when we went up to the Black Hills, we rented a cabin through Airbnb, and that was really, really nice. Did our own cooking for the most part, our suppers. I'd cooked ahead of time. I'm going to glue this, my blue flower did not have any leaves, and I thought it needed leaves, so I cut off a pink one. I'm going to glue this on there. But I'd pre-cooked some things for supper that we brought with us, and lunches we ate out, and breakfast we just cooked eggs and stuff there. And one of my students, she makes this delicious gluten-free cinnamon bread. I have tried making gluten-free cinnamon bread, and mine never turns out as good as hers does. I don't know what recipe she uses, but oh my goodness, it's delicious. She has a little business where she makes gluten-free food and sells, so that was one of our breakfast treats. But oh, that was yummy. We got back and my daughter says, my oldest daughter goes, "You gotta see if she'll make me some." So she ordered some from her too. So she was pretty excited to make a couple more sales. Then while we were gone, a bunch of birds, hundreds of birds, have taken over our trees. I have never had that happen. We have birds everywhere. When we water the lawn is full of birds. So I looked online how to get rid of birds. I like birds, but not when there's that many. Oh, it's just horrible sound. And they're not like pretty sounding birds. They just squawk. It's like blackbirds or something. I don't know. But oh, there's hundreds of them. So we'll see how this goes. I read that it said if you put like tin aluminum pans, hang them from the trees, and go out there every once in a while and bang on them. So I had my husband pick some up, so I'm going to try it. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm sure going to try because this is very annoying. Fortunately, they're quiet at night, but oh, it sounds horrible in the daytime. We live just on the edge of town. We only have one neighbor. We have the highway on one side, field on two sides, and a neighbor on one side, and they're working during the day. So I thought, well, if I do it during the day, when the neighbors are at work, maybe they won't think I'm crazy when they see me out there banging. And the trees are behind the house, so people from the highway are not going to be able to see my aluminum pans hanging from the trees. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get rid of those birds and all that squawking. And they're probably making a mess out there, but in our tree line it's not that big of a deal as far as the mess, but it sure sounds horrible. I've been other places where I've been by trees or in people's yards and heard that and thought, oh man, that would be horrible to have a tree that all the birds congregated to. And now we have more than one tree. We have several trees that they've congregated at. And it was really bad because our air conditioner had gone out last year, and the company that our landlords went through said it was too hot to do it last year. They weren't going to have their guys go up in the attic in the heat, so they wanted to wait till fall. So they waited till fall to do it, and then they said it was too cold to finish something, I don't know what. So they said in the spring or summer before we can use it, they had to finish something on there. So they hadn't come yet, and so it was so loud because we had all the windows open because it was so hot. It was 90 degrees in our house the other day. It's been in like the 88, 89, 90 degree range. I have a candle that's actually melting on its own. And so I thought, well, if I make videos, they're going to hear that horrible sound of all the birds. But today they came and finished hooking up whatever they had to hook up. I have to get a bead for the center of that. So now we have air conditioning. I'm so excited because it was so hot in here and miserable. And I think I mentioned in a different video that our washer wasn't working right. And so the Monday, we got back on Monday, he delivered our new washing machine, so now I've been doing tons of laundry because we have piles everywhere. So yeah, so now we have a washing machine and air conditioner. I know, almost would have been better there. Maybe I could put a little one in the center of the flower and put a bigger bead here. I'd still call them beads instead of pearls. Flat back pearls. That air conditioner has been running non-stop. It's so hot here. And today I think it's supposed to be like 98 or so. There, I like that. Does it need a bead in the middle? Oh, that's too big. Maybe it doesn't need one in the center. Rub off the glue. Let's see, if I find my smaller beads later, I might put one in there. There, that's that one. So it's been an eventful several days. Wonder where my other card is. I had more. Oh well. I will start my pink one. I think it needs a bow, but I have to find some ribbon that matches this. I think I'll use the other one. That glue can take forever to get out. Someone has special ordered a book, and the person they're giving it to, their favorite color is orange, and they like foxes. So I need to start making some orange things. I made one journal one time that was yellow and orange together. But I've not done much with orange itself. But this blue one I have to get finished and get in the mail. It's not like it has any deadline, but I saw a little bit ago we got our first sale of these Rolodex cards. I just put them in our shop. Was it yesterday or the day before? And someone bought some today, so hopefully they like them. May have to ask them to send me pictures to see what they do with them. I may have to do a second video on these because these are turning out so cute. I was going to do a some with the tans and browns and stuff. So I may have to do a second video where I do more than neutral colors or vintage colors. That's going to take too long. They're turning out so pretty. I don't know, I didn't think of doing these before as with the coffee dyed lace thing. I had gone down to my craft area for something and saw these sitting there. I thought, huh, I'm going to try it. Took me a little while. Some of them didn't turn out very well. I don't know if it's because it's cardstock. I have a hard time getting the cardstock to work as well with the lace design for some reason. I can get it once in a while, but it's kind of hit and miss. Yesterday I did over 100 sheets of paper on copy dyed with the lace design on it. There, that one I'll have to get a bow. Maybe a pearl. But yeah, I think I'll stop for today. And then I might do a second one, like I said, with more of the vintage colors. So put these out here and see what I did. There. So pretty, pretty. Thank you so much for watching. There, my timer went off. Thanks for watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.